Hi, I'm Justin. Today I'm going to be showing you a few things about my Burning Man art vehicle and very fun design project, the Funky Delta. So it doesn't look like much now. It's been in storage for a few months and it's in pieces due to the transportation that I had to use to get it here. And right now it's being charged. It's an electrical system. It's powered by two hub motors, which I'll show you in a bit. The hub motors use a 36 volt controller. You can see one controller here and another here. And the 36 volt system requires three 12 volt batteries. I used deep cycle marine batteries, the smallest ones I could find with a decent amount of amp hours in them. They're being charged now. This entire battery box here was fabricated below the level of the passengers to give it a bit of a concealed effect. And if you look closely, you can see that I have a lot more wires running through here than just the battery cables and the controller cables, and that's because the Funky Delta was also designed to operate at night, so there's a whole lighting system involved as well. When I finally had the car built and running, I realized it was a lot more powerful than I had originally anticipated. The hub motors were really well performing. So we ran the kill switch from each of the controllers out to a key switch hidden right here on the side of the frame. And this let me sort of add an extra level of safety and precaution to the design. In case somebody decided to steal my art car while at Burning Man. So the car is powered by two of the most powerful bicycle hub motors that are made today. These are Crystal Light motors provided by a company called Electric Rider out of Kansas. They're originally designed for bicycle retrofitting. This particular motor is maximized for high torque applications and low speed, which is ideal for the playa where there's a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. And I knew that my final design, since it was made mostly of this square steel stock, was going to weigh a lot, especially with a couple of passengers and whatever else we put in the car. I never weighed the car. I think it's probably close to 400 or 500 pounds. When it's all put together. And these motors do pretty well moving it around. So again, it's in pieces now. It doesn't look like much. I'm going to spend a few minutes here to put it back together while it's charging. But before I do, I just want to show you a couple more things. So I designed the Funky Delta to basically mimic the ride and feel of a fishing dinghy that I had as a kid. I wanted it to be totally quiet, and I wanted it to allow the passengers to face the driver while we were moving along, just the same way it was back when I was fishing as a kid, and we would drift along a river or a lake and we could kind of just talk, and it was a nice relaxing feeling. So that was what I was going for with this design. As such, I decided to make it a rear steering vehicle. A single wheel would steer just like a rudder of a boat. This is just a BMX wheel here and a BMX fork as well. And the original design called for just a single swing arm to come off of here, just the way an outboard motor would on a boat. We went with something a little different, but I'll show you that in a bit. What else can I show you before I put this together? If you look closely, you can see that I'm not the best welder. Some of these welds are pretty ugly, but they got the job done. And you know, if I ever did a second run at this kind of a project, I would be able to probably invest a little more money and use aluminum and get the weight down. I'm not a great welder, as I said, so I'd need to learn a little bit more about TIG welding, I guess. But that's about it, I guess. I will shut the camera off and start putting some things together. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. So this large steering column here is what we eventually used to to steer the car. And when I decided to go over the top of the head of the driver to steer the car, I ran into a problem here where a BMX fork uses a 1 1/8 steer tube that you can see here, and the piping I was using was just 1-inch conduit. So luckily I was doing most of this project at a friend's house, and he happened to have a lathe, and that's where we designed this piece here. Basically it's just a 1-inch to 1 1/8 inch adapter. Uses Allen bolts to close it off, and this helped us solve the problem pretty quickly. That was my first time using a lathe. Obviously I had a little instruction here, but the design was mine and it worked out pretty well. So I'm going to shut the camera off and put the car together, and we'll take it for a run.